Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm Jables and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be opening up this heavy infantry Mandalorian figure from the Mandalorian TV show. This Mandalorian character's name is Paz Vizsla and was played by Jon Favreau. He first appeared in The Mandalorian Season 1, but recently popped up in the Book of Boba Fett with a pretty epic scene I'm not going to spoil if you haven't seen it. But I'm pretty excited to open this guy up and get him on the shelf next to the Mandalorian. So let's get to the unboxing. Alright, so let's take a look at the box here. We have TMS 010 Television Masterpiece Series. This box is a little bit bigger than the average figure because he is a little bit bulkier, and he just comes with this absolutely monster of a gun here that I can't wait to open and take a look at. It looks just totally epic. He had a pretty awesome scene in the first season of The Mandalorian, flying around on his jetpack, just shooting stuff with that cannon, and it looks awesome. You get a nice stock image of the figure here on the front, along with this band going around the top of the box with a couple of extra shots here. It's pretty cool. It gives you some idea of how to pose these things. If you can't think of anything, you can always just look at the box and try to mimic that. On the back, it just has a bunch of the information of who did what and all the legal stuff, so if you want to read that, you can. But let's open it up and see what we got. As always, there's a really epic piece of artwork here, right when you take the lid off of the box. And this image is so good. I wish I could hang this as a poster on my wall. It looks really awesome, and the little effects that they added in here and the lighting just look really cool. I do appreciate all of these artworks that they stick on top of the box here. There's only really one layer to the box here. The figure itself, the jetpack, and the gun in the back there. Really massive pieces. This figure looks ginormous, so there's a little tray on the bottom here with his fists and stuff like that, so let's open that up and take a look to see what's in there. He does come with 3 extra sets of hands here, and these are pretty cool. They have, like, I don't know if that's paint or it appears to be smeared blood on there, so definitely seen some fights in his day. You got this really cool, like, saluting hand here you can use to make him salute in the scene where he's flying next to the Razor Crest and kind of salutes the Mando as he's taken off after helping him get out of there in Season 1. And a bunch of gripping hands. We have a fist hand and a weapon gripping hand and another maybe trigger hand here, but that's pretty cool. There is one more set of hands that comes with it, but these hands are just 2 fists for the left hand. And they have a brown paint application to them instead of the blue with the kind of reddish paint or blood on them. So this is a left hand, and all of these are right hands. He has a different piece of hand armor for each hand. Just goes to show that they're mixing, matching whatever armor they can get because they're on the run and they're covert and they're trying to stay secret. They can't necessarily just go out and buy a bunch of new stuff or find Beskar. He has this really cool vibro sword, or maybe it's a knife. It almost looks like a pirate's sword. Some pretty good detailing on the handle there for being pretty small. Nice and wear and tear on it. And the last thing we have in the accessory pack are some jetpack flames here. You can add on the bottom of his jetpack for flight poses and just to add a dramatic effect. These look really awesome. A little bit more orange than what the camera is showing on the top here, and it looks cool. I can't wait to pose them with these. Alright, looking at the figure himself here, I noticed one thing, it didn't come with a piece of plastic to protect his head in there, so that's interesting. Not that you would really notice anyway, because there's so much wear and tear on the helmet. It wouldn't probably look normal if there was a little bit of scuff on there anyway, but this guy is massive. He is huge. I know he's the heavy infantry Mandalorian, but I really wanted him to be called the heavy assault Mandalorian, so we could call him Ham for short. He definitely has some meat to him. Now each of his arms and hands come protected with the plastic as usual, so we'll take those off real quick and take a look at them. Alright, so this guy is just massive, and he has really awesome weathering on all of his armor. He has seen some battles, he's seen some better days here. He does have the brown fist on the left hand and the blue fist on the right hand, so that does match all the other hands that you're going to get. I love this industrial look that he has, this blue and yellow, and it's cool looking. He looks almost like a robot, but he is very heavily armored. He's much more armored than the Mandalorian himself. The belt looks epic. There's just huge pockets on here for all kinds of weapons and accessories, and his Pringles can right here. So he looks really good. The leather looks really good. I don't know. Yeah, this just comes off like that if you want to take it off. Looks really awesome. His jetpack is going to hook onto here. This looks like it'll be easy to put the jetpack on, but we'll see in a minute here. But taking a look at his head, just a lot of scuff marks on there. The light blue accenting on the helmet just looks awesome. It's a really good attention to detail on this character. His helmet is just full of cuts and dents and dings, and you know, black paint sprayed on here to show burn marks, and it just looks absolutely epic. This is pretty cool, and it looks like his arms are ratcheting, so that's going to be last a lot longer than a joint that can wear out. Even his upper arms ratchet, so that's cool. It looks like his armor is on Velcro too, so you could take it off. I don't know why you would. I don't know if he has replacement shoulder pieces, but yeah, this is all on Velcro, so that's cool. Yeah, it looks like the legs are on ratchets too, even though his leg does not move that much. It's like one click forward, two clicks back maybe. So yeah, he doesn't have a lot of leg movement, just being so padded and armored here. But the knee pieces look cool. You can move everything around to line it up. Knees are also ratcheting. To get the plastic off the foot, you just kind of pop the foot off the joint and slide the plastic off and then pop it back on. This thing looks so good. Like, look at the weathering. Look at the damage on this thing. He has kicked some ass, that is for sure. Like I said before, this character is played by Jon Favreau, and he's definitely a fan favorite so far. It's too bad you don't get to see him with his helmet off so you can get a really cool sculpt of Jon. I hope there's a third-party person out there or someone on eBay that makes a Jon Favreau head sculpt we could put on this thing later, because that would be really cool. Let's put this guy aside and take a look at the jetpack and the gun. Okay, the jetpack is all yellow. It looks like it has a little bit more horsepower, like it needs more to pick this guy up than the average Mandalorian. Looks really cool. I don't know if there's a missile on here like there is on other jetpacks, but the yellow, the dirty painting, the details just look phenomenal. This is an excellent piece here. Let's throw the flames on it and see what it looks like. Alright, here it is with the flames on it, and it looks super epic. That just looks really awesome. I noticed there's a spot in the middle. No jetpack here. This might be the canister for his weapon pack. Maybe it hooks up to here in the middle here. Let's take it out and see it. Alright, here is his gun. I don't know if this is a large machine gun, a repeating gun, a minigun, what do you want to call this, but it is truly epic looking. I like the bluing on the end of the gun from the heat. It's got nice holes in it to diffuse the heat. Really cool looking. It's like, it looks like almost like an old World War II gun that they modified, which, you know, a lot of the original Star Wars weapons were stuff like that, where they would take old guns in real life and then modify them to look like space weapons. But comes with some protective padding here, and also on the bottom magazine feed, so we'll take that off. This thing is really cool, a lot of detail in here. I think this is a handle here. You have another handle at the back here he can hold. This might also be a handle that he holds at the top, and this swivels around, so that's really cool that that actually moves. I think he would hold the back here and the top, and depending on where he's aiming the gun, it'll move like that, which is pretty flippin' sweet. This comes with a really cool shoulder strap. Mine is kind of twisted already. It's kind of annoying. Maybe I can straighten that out and make it look nice. I don't like it when the pleather gets all wrinkled like that, because it does, you know, start cracking and drying out. Then you have this really awesome like power feed or magazine feed. I don't know that this is would be considered a magazine feed, because I don't think it's shooting bullets, but this probably hooks right into the back of the jetpack here, just like this. Yeah, so while it's on his back, it goes like this and then bends over to his hands. This is really cool. It's definitely these kinds of accessories that make a character stand out when they're on your shelf. And the last thing in the box is his stand here. It has this weird printed picture on here, some like sand or dirt. I wish it would have come with more basic Imperial like floor or grating like the other figures did, but you know, this isn't terrible. At least it doesn't have the little cutouts for his feet that they almost never are standing in. And he does come with a pretty epic dynamic stand here. This is not something that comes with most Hot Toys figures, so this will be fun to play around with. I haven't had a figure that's had this yet. This piece is bendable, so you can put it where, like, do some cool like flying poses or get them slightly elevated off the ground. That looks like this cap comes off the front and it also screws out of the bottom here, and then you would run this piece down and tighten it up with the screw at the desired height that you want, and he'll hold onto the figure. Hopefully. He's pretty heavy, so I don't know how well this is going to work. So that's all the stuff that comes in the box. He doesn't come with a ton of accessories, but I feel like the gun and the backpack and just this guy alone make it worth it. So let's get him together in some poses and see what we can come up with. Alright, after playing with this guy for a little bit, I really like the way his joints work, and it's really easy to get him to stand up on his own and pose. I think this is a great figure. The only problem I was having is when I was trying to pose this hand holding on to the giant gun. Let me show you here. It is really difficult to get this in his hands and be on the joint at the same time when you're moving this around. I feel like there's just not enough movement in this piece. And it doesn't really fit on there perfectly, so you have to kind of play with it a little bit to get it on there perfect. But the other hand fit on this part really nicely. That was really the only problem I had was with this. Like, all of these pop off here, even this comes off on Velcro, and it was really nice to just take them off, move the arms to where you need them to go, and then put them back on, kind of like this, you know. Just move the arm to where you want it. All of them are ratcheting. Put it exactly where you want and then just pop it back on, and it's really easy. So you can take all this off when you want to pose them. I found that very nice to work with. These are all really easy to just move around and put where you want. The ratcheting legs. He's pretty sturdy, so he stands up on his own, which is great. The flight stand, I have to play with that a little more. It's a little difficult for me to get this heavy guy to kind of pose correctly, but he looked pretty good with the salute flying there. Other than the difficulty with posing the hands with the giant gun, I feel like this is a masterclass in detail level from Hot Toys. I really like everything about this figure, and I think he's going to look really great on the shelf. So the last thing we're going to do here is go find a spot for him in the Moducase and put him next to Mando. Alright, so here we have Mr. Vizsla on the shelf here behind the Mandalorian. Looks like we're running out of room on this shelf, so we're going to have to get rid of these Force Awakens characters here to make some more room for some Mandalorian figures. He looks really good. That gun takes up a lot of space though, so you kind of have to just wedge him behind some stuff. But he does look pretty epic. I do like how he stands up pretty easily on his own without a stand. Pretty soon we'll add some more Mandalorian stuff to these guys on this shelf. Let's see, I have the Armor, IG-11, Death Watch Mandalorian, and I think the Scout Trooper and Speeder Bike also. So we'll be opening up all those and getting them on this shelf and kind of reorganizing here. But so far so good. It looks pretty awesome. I can't wait to fill this whole shelf up with just Mandalorian figures. The Death Watch and the Shore Trooper over here are just, they're Rogue One figures, but they're, you know, kind of in the show too, so they kind of fit. But let me know what you guys think about this guy. Did you pick him up? Did you pass on him? Thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and I hope you have a good one. See you later.